Hello, welcome back to our channel. The Lands Minister, Samuel Abu Jinapor, Kish, has dismissed the idea of declaring a state of emergency to tackle illegal mining, Galamsey, as too draconian and wars wrong, far-reaching, while acknowledging the severity of the crisis and public frustration. He argued that such a measure could harm the economy and destabilize livelihood. His comments come after the Trades Union Congress and civil society organizations urged President Akufo-Addo to impose a state of emergency in mining communities. Jinapor stressed the government's commitment to addressing Galamsey, suggesting a more balanced approach through dialogue with key stakeholders.
On behalf of the President and his government, make a firm commitment to the Ghanaian people that the government is absolutely committed to the fight against illegal small-scale mining. And that commitment is unshakable. And we will continue with the efforts we are making and increase some of them when the need arises, and the situation will be reviewed periodically and regularly. And if there's a need to bring in additional measures, we will do so.
This is my take on this. Is the Lands Minister, Samuel Abu Jinapor, watching really right to call a state of emergency draconian and far-reaching when illegal mining, Galamsey, is systematically wiping out our future? It's no secret that Galamsey has become a national disaster, but we continue treating it like a side issue. While we wait for endless engagements and discussions, our rivers are turning into toxic dumps. Our farmlands are becoming barren wastelands, and our forests, critical to our climate and livelihoods, are disappearing day by day. How will we protect livelihoods while destroying the very foundation on which those livelihoods depend? Let's face the hard truth. Galamsey is a monster we can no longer afford to tolerate. It is crippling our environment, threatening our food security, and endangering our future. Yet the minister suggests that bold, decisive action is too extreme. But isn't it far more extreme to sit back and allow the poisoning of our water bodies, the degradation of our farmlands, and the destruction of our forests in the name of economic stability? So, we're supposed to wait for things to get worse. How much worse? Should we sit by as we watch entire communities lose access to clean water, or until our agricultural sector collapses under the weight of polluted soils? The loss by Galamsey is irreparable in many places. And while the government talks about engagements and finding consensus, the reality is simple. We are running out of our time. Is declaring a state of emergency really worse than standing by while our natural resources are ravaged beyond repair? The clock is ticking, and the longer we delay bold action, the more irreversible the damage becomes. Can Ghana truly afford to lose its water bodies, its forests, and its farmland, while the leadership is more concerned about social instability? This is environmental and economic suicide, plain and simple. What are we waiting for? Complete environmental collapse? Or does it have to get worse before we call it what it is, a state of emergency? Bold action is not draconian. It's necessary, because in the end, what's more far-reaching than the collapse of a nation's ecosystem